Designs like these have made Michael Kors a star in the fashion world. After more than 30 years in the spotlight, he's managed to stay on the cutting edge. Here's Rita Braver with our Sunday profile.
Backstage, the models are frantically prepping to walk the runway. But out in the house, where the show will start in just minutes, one man is surprisingly serene.
Over 35 years of putting on fashion shows, and I don't get nervous, but I guess I'm kind of like the expectant dad. You know, this has been a long time coming, and you want to see that gorgeous baby.
And indeed, even hardened fashion critics agreed it was gorgeous. Rufus Wainwright sang his heart out.
Dear, when you smiled at me.
A-listers like Emily Blunt and Sienna Miller studded the first row. And models of the moment, like Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid, strutted their stuff. 57-year-old Michael Kors took a victory lap. And why not? It's been quite a journey.
If my math is right, you officially launched Michael Kors in 1981. Mm-hmm. You were like, what, 22 years old?
I showed the first season, I was 21, and by the time the clothes arrived in the stores, I was 22.
Oh my God.
I knew nothing, I have to tell you. I didn't know what UPS was. I mean, I didn't know how you actually delivered the clothes to the stores.
Born on suburban Long Island, he started out as Carl Anderson, but his mom let him change both his first and last names when she remarried. And that wasn't all. At age 5, she brought him to a fitting for her wedding gown.
And I just sat in the corner making a face. And my mom said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I don't know, it's just way too busy." It had bows all over it, had a lot of bows. And I said, "You know what? I think it would look better without the bows."
Within a few years of graduating high school, he was working at a Manhattan shop where the owners gave him a chance to design his own creations.
What was the response to the pieces that the boutique started having made based on your designs?
Amazing. I mean, it was crazy. We'd put it in the window, and you immediately knew a woman would come in and say, "Oh, can I try it on?" And she'd try it on, and you say, "Wait, I'm onto something here. Let's do more of that."
His fledgling line caught the eye of one of fashion's most powerful prognosticators, Anna Wintour, then at New York Magazine.
And I took the collection and I kind of packed it into these big, messy garment bags, and I jumped on the subway and I went off to see Anna, and I remember it was her fall issue of New York Magazine, and I was her fashion thing to look forward to.
Today, as editor-in-chief of Vogue, Wintour still cares enough for Kors to step out on the red carpet with him at a fundraiser he's hosting for his favorite charity, God's Love We Deliver, which provides meals to the sick. And yes, she's wearing Michael Kors. What is it about his work that you like? What gets you into a Michael Kors?
Well, I think Michael has always understood the modern American woman, that he is trying to make her look the best that she can. He's less concerned about the clothes wearing the woman. He wants the woman to wear the clothes.
And it doesn't hurt that some of those women are celebrities. Michelle Obama in her first official portrait, actresses Viola Davis at this year's Golden Globes, and Kate Hudson on many occasions.
When a woman puts something on and her whole body changes and her energy changes and her confidence changes, he feels like he's succeeded, and he really, really lives and breathes it.
There are a lot of bold-faced names in the world of Michael Kors.
Blake Lively wore this while she was pregnant, and she wore it during the day and threw like a gray hoodie over it.
At his flagship store on Madison Avenue, Kors proudly shows off his couture line. Sumptuous fabrics with prices to match.
Handwork. All of this is all done by hand.
And this dress must cost thousands of dollars.
It does, but you'll have it forever. And here's the crazy thing. We were talking about comfort before. Okay. Stretchy.
You're kidding.
Stretchy. Stretchy.
Love it.
Stretchy.
But the bulk of his sales and most of the almost 800 other Michael Kors stores are devoted to his lower-priced lines. He also designs clothes for men, but Kors says his clients all have similar aspirations.
They want to look fashionable and current. They want to feel powerful but sexy. They want to feel youthful but not ridiculous.
Don't talk to him on.
It seems hard to imagine that at one time Kors almost lost it all. In the early 1990s, the chief backer for his lower-priced line suddenly ran out of money.
I remember thinking, well, if this doesn't work, like, will I still be me? Will I still be Michael Kors? What will I do?
It must have been so scary for you.
Scary, and what I learned from it is you really have to stick to your guns. You've got to stay focused.
He rebuilt the brand, and then in 2004, he got a call that would change his life.
This is a search for the next big fashion designer.
Certainly, reality television and fashion had not merged. I knew The Survivor, and I said, oh, are designers going to be, eating bugs and killing each other? What are they going to be doing? I thought it was insane.
The show, which judged the work of aspiring designers, took off, in part because of now legendary quips by Kors.
I was just like, oh my God, like garbage bag couture again?
Like, give me a Xanax, I'm asleep.
It's tableclothy to me, I don't know.
But after 10 years, Kors left the show to spend more time on his business
It's too literal, like she's dancing on a table.
and his marriage with Lance LaPere,
This is Lance, the
This
famous
is Lance.
Lance.
This is the famous Lance.
I'm so glad to meet you.
his one-time intern, who's now creative director of the company.
Do you ever tell him that I don't think so? That's not a good idea.
All the time. You kidding?
And these days, with a net worth estimated at $1 billion, life is very bright for Michael Kors.
I am so curious about what is next and what's new. I think when you lose that curiosity, quite frankly, then you need to do something else. But I feel more juiced today than I did when I started when I was 21.